Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the Stitched in Style Frankie Stein Doll. This is an Amazon exclusive. It is a $50 Monster High Generation 1 style doll. As of recording of this video and hopefully publication of this video, it is still in stock, at least when I just checked now. It appeared to be, and still available at the original price of $50. As I said, this is an Amazon exclusive. However, I have a theory, a game theory, that this was originally intended to be the next, Creations exclusive, fan club release. There we go. That's the word. The reason I feel this way is because of the price point, because of the box style, and because of the box that it arrived in. And I will quickly explain all of that, and then we will get into the actual review of the doll. But it's just something that I find interesting, so I thought I would share it with y'all and see if anyone else had this same kind of feeling. So first and foremost, I would say that has to do with the package that it arrived in, the outer layer. It came in a box like this. I don't know if this is exactly the one that came with her, but it is a Mattel Creations box. It says, you know, cue dramatic music, and it specifically says Mattel Creations on the side, whereas like Scalita came in a box like this, where it's still a similar like size and style, but it just says Mattel on the side. It does not say anything about Mattel Creations and has a little bit more basic branding and doesn't have the like, you know, cue dramatic music. Instead, it just talks about the release date for the doll, because this is how it would have been shipped to the store. So I just find that interesting that it came in a Mattel Creations box, even though it came from Amazon. And the other thing is, you can see sitting right here, is this is the Gulux Gulia Yelps, which was our first fan club exclusive doll. You can see that the box are the same size and they're similar in style. Obviously, they are not the same package because, you know, Monster High is really known for their packaging, so they go really far out, but it's the same kind of like simple box design with just a description on the back and then a nice big window to see them on the front. So I feel like they're very similar in packaging design as well. And again, the Gulux Gulia was $50 plus the $10 for the fan club that I had previously joined anyway. So you could consider it $60 if you only bought the fan club just to get Gulia. But if not, they were sold at the same price point of $50. So I feel like they have a very similar feel and aesthetic to them. But again, that's just my personal opinion on it. And yeah, let me know what you think on that in the comments below, or if anyone else has mentioned anything similar to that. On to the actual review of the doll. So we have our box here that says Stitched in Style Frankie Stein, and has this cute pair of scissors and some like metal working around it, and then this cute stitch down here, and then it says Monster High on the side, and then this side's kind of open so you can see her, and then the skelet down here. Stitched in Style Frankie Stein. Frankie Stein is stitched together in a look that electrifies. Stitching style with edge. Frankie Stein stuns in a deconstructed couture gown that celebrates the timelessness of tailoring and dressmaking. Reminiscent of dress mannequins, a halter buster with top stitching is paired with a ruched underskirt with asymmetric layers of creepified tulle, accented with a dramatic chain. The gorgeous caged headdress with a crown of needles and matching chain bracelets creates high voltage fashion. Her look is finished with patchwork stilettos with chic needlepoint heels, elegant and electrifying. Frankie Stein is perfectly pulled together in a look that will have ghouls falling apart at the seams. Sorry, I did not have my glasses on for reading that, so I do apologize. That's why it took me a moment, but there it is up close if you want to pause it and read it again. But yes, I was very excited when the leaks for this Frankie came out, because Frankie is one of my favorite Monster High characters, for a lot of reasons, and there's some personal things that I'm not gonna say on the internet, but yeah, I really appreciate, and I love Frankie, and I have a very personal connection to Frankie. But also I am a seamstress. I like to make things and fix things. And so them having a Frankie that they're releasing that is inspired by, fashion making is really cool and inspiring to me. And so, yeah, I was very excited when I heard the leaks about this. It was so perfect that I did not believe that it was real. But at the same time, like, it makes sense because, Frankie is a Franken monster, which is stitched together. So it kind of makes sense to have a, stitch and sewn theme for Frankie. Now their skirt, I don't have a doll to compare it to, but I do have several Frankie dresses. I have the one of the ones from Hot Topic, as well as ones from Spirit Halloween. So like, I know this pattern that is the material of her skirt is the same as her original dress. I do have the black and white ones, but I was not able to get my hands on that's a lot. I didn't know how much I liked Frankie at the time. So when the Creepductions came out, I found all of them except for Draculaura, and I was like, well, if I can't get the full set, then I'll just get the one that I want. Because again, at the time, that the way they said it was like they were coming back. Like, they didn't sound like they were this one-time, really quick, 5 dolls got sent to each store release, if that. So I had my hands on Frankie and Claudine and Laguna, and I only end up getting Laguna, and I regret that every single day. But at least I was able to get the Frankie, Draculaura, and Laguna of the black and white ones. Unfortunately, I was not able to get Claudine at a decent price. I happened one day to be on Walmart, like, as they restocked, I think it was Frankie, and was able to get them that way. But like, otherwise it was really a nightmare to get them. So I'm very, from, again, a multitude of reasons, but now including two, that I'm always up for adding more Frankies into my collection, especially ones that are inspired by the original design. So this is really cool. Now, we're almost out of the box here, but as usual, while I'm deboxing, I like to remind you to take this time to like, comment, and subscribe. Doing so really helps out the channel. It also helps you, if you enjoy our content, to be able to find it again in the future. All right, and she is out of the box. This headpiece is amazing. I can't wait to take a better look at that. We have her stand, which is another saddle stand, which I get that they're doing the saddle stands with the big dresses, but like, they just, like, look at my poor, like, Draculaura back here. She just keeps falling over because she's only on a saddle stand. That's the other Amazon exclusive that came out. This is the Vampire Heart Draculaura. There we go. That one was $100. This one was $50. And that one has sold out. So I think that one was a smaller stock, which is, always going to be more expensive. And this one also comes with a certificate of authenticity. So we have a certificate of authenticity, Stitch in Style, Frankie Stein. This certifies your Monster High Stitch in Style Frankie Stein doll materialized through the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel. And it signed by Annalise Leo. A lot of these are signed by Rebecca Shipman, but I've been starting to get some that are not, which is kind of nice. I like to have a variety, and I think that's nice to get some recognition for some of the other creators. It looks like Draculaura Heart was also Annalise Leo. Obviously I keep all of mine, but I need to have like a designated place to keep these. But yeah. So there is our Stitched in Style certificate. All right. And then we have the stand. It is the same shape as most of the saddle stands that we've gotten, where it is the skullet base instead of the rounded base that we get with the standard base. Boop. And then, well, it's probably because of the materials that are on her dress, this like plastic ribbing that goes around it, that they don't want that to break in the clip. But like, her dress isn't that big that she needed a saddle stand rather than a regular stand, but whatever. Interestingly enough, she doesn't come with like a purse or anything. But maybe it's just because there's so many other accessory places. So interesting. Trying to see how best to have this lay, but I'm kind of surprised that it kind of has this like big gap in the back, but I guess it's, again, it's inspired by like dress design and dress mannequin rather than a complete fashion design. Also, I really probably should have put my glasses on before I started recording, but you know what, it's fine, it is what it is. All right, so we start at the top here. We have this giant, super gorgeous headpiece. We can move her hair to the side that's covering up like a huge portion of this. Like, look at this like crazy like chain detail all around the back. It's almost, in my opinion, almost like Cleopatra-esque, like very Egyptian feeling. These stars at the bottom. And then these are some like needles. And then these are safety pins with the heads, the skullet heads at the top, and some more pins coming out of the top. Again, I believe those are supposed to be more needles. With this cute, it's like very specifically around this hairdo with this cute little bun here at the top. It appears that most of her hair is black with just some white streaks running down the side and then white in her bangs. So it's a black and white bang with then the white streak going down right next to her ear, and otherwise it is solid black hair, which is kind of a cool design. I really like that. And then it's very simple but very elegant. And then let's see, very nice dark eyebrows. They have blue and kind of like a teal on the side, kind of eyeshadow in the corners of their eyes. It would help if I had all the lights on. There we go. They have one blue and one green eye, as we typically see with Frankie. They have kind of a silvery gray lipstick, and they're stitched right here on their cheek. And then this is a separate piece crop top here, so it does tie in the back, and then it is a Velcro as well, but it does appear to be completely separate from the skirt. It has some white stitching on it, and then this mesh collar that goes up here, and it is tied right underneath her neck bolts. And we have this skirt, which I said is in the pattern of her original design. I think it's a little bit darker, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Again, I don't have an original to compare it to. And then it has these silver stitches all throughout, which are, you know, similar to the stitch patterns that we find on like her cheek, which is really cute. And then she has this chain that wraps all the way around, all the way down to almost the bottom. This band right here looks like her stitches. This looks like some metal work, which is really cool. Some more stitches. And then this right here appears to be a, I don't know what the word is. Pin cushion. Pin cushion. It doesn't have a specific name. It's a pin cushion. Like one of these. So it's a pin cushion with some little pins in it and some safety pins holding it together here on the side. It's super cute. A little chain down here. It is pinned to that skirt in multiple places. And then of course all the way here at the bottom we have this really cute pair of scissors. They do look more like medical scissors than sewing scissors, since they have this little tiny end here, but you know, I guess that's kind of what Frankie's whole vibe is, right? Like combination sewing and medical. It does unclip on the back like a belt would. Let's see. Does this open? I don't know. It is a separate piece from this skirt, apparently. But I don't see it like... It looks like it's stitched closed. Oh, it's an elastic waist. Okay. So it's an elastic. So this piece on the inside does have this like little meshy layer. Tulle. There we go. It's a tulle layer. And it even has this little frill down here. This is super cute. It's very much giving like bustle vibes. Again, this belt is attached, but you could probably remove it if you wanted to and put it on her separately. And then this is the other layer of a skirt. It is kind of almost mermaid style, but not quite, because it's supposed to go, you know, on the side. So it's like the tulle is wrapped around it. It's a little bit short and goes longer. And then it has this black part here that is cinched so that it makes that interesting angle that we have going on. Let me put that skirt back on her and then we'll look at her shoes. I'll leave off the big skirt for right now so it doesn't take forever, but I just want to not have her completely undressed. And of course we have her stitches all the way down her legs, and then we have her shoes, which are silver and black. So the silver part looks like it's stitched together leather with little straps going up her ankle. Very cute. And then the bottom here is again a sewing needle as it was described on the back. And then I'm not sure what that design is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be anything specific. Or if it's just like more stitches, like it's supposed to be like stitched up and down. But it is hollow here at the bottom. And it does not appear that there's any pattern on the sole. So, there we go. Very cute. Fairly simple, but again, like it is a $50 collector doll, which, you know, obviously $50 is still a lot. I'm definitely had to, you know, make decisions on, you know, which dolls I want to get, because there's coming out hot and heavy and they're all, you know, expensive. But I would say that, you know, especially with this being on Amazon, it's fairly accessible. Again, it's appeared to me to still be available on Amazon, and, you know, overall, for a collector doll, $50 is not terrible price at all. I have, you know, dolls ranging from, you know, $50 to, you know, almost $200 in collector dolls that are, you know, monster high alone. So like, you know, 50 is definitely on the lower end of the collector range. So I think that's a good price for her. And like I said, I think she's nice and accessible, being that she is on Amazon, and like I said, as far as I'm aware, still available. So I think she's a good starter collector doll. Sorry, I'm trying to put her dress back on as I'm talking, which is why I'm kind of just repeating myself. There we go. So yeah, I think she's a good, simple, very beautiful doll. Good for starting a collection or, you know, completing a collection. Especially for people like me that are big Frankie lovers. I realized I didn't talk about her arm brace here. It is 2 pieces. Yes, so there's a piece on her upper arm and a piece here on the lower arm. Lower arm is a little bit where I can move it, but the upper one is really stiff, which is good because I don't want it to slide down. I want it to stay where it is, so that's really nice. It is just made out of kind of that same metal clip, almost barbed wire like feeling material. So not the coziest doll, but a very cute doll. A nice one I'm glad to have in my Frankies. So hopefully she stays better on her stand than the Draculaura does. I don't know why. Well, I know why Vampire Heart doesn't want to stay. I don't know why they gave her this kind of waist clip. It's because she has this modesty piece down here, the piece that is supposed to help hold the skirt from, you know, sliding up and flying away forever. But because of that piece, this clip doesn't fit on it properly, because it's supposed to wrap all the way around behind their back, and because of that piece, it's not allowing this to go in the correct spot behind her back. So it was not the correct choice of clip. Speaking of not just correct choice of clip, so was not the Jack Skellington clip, because I understand why they went with the skinny one, but it just messes up his clothes. They should have given us the thick one to put around his hips like they did with Ghoulia. So like, whoever is designing is doing great. Whoever's picking which stands they're coming with, not so much. They need to reevaluate how and why the stands work. They need to test the dolls on the stands first, because I know that they put a lot of effort into the packaging design with the intent of, you know, a lot of collectors keep them in box, but I feel like they need to put some effort into those of us that take them out of the box, because I know that they do, because otherwise the designs wouldn't go, you know, all the way around the backside of the doll and everything. But as far as the stands, I'm glad that they come with them. I really am. But I feel like they're not making the best choices in which stand comes with which doll. But again, if that's my only gripe that I can have with a lot of the current Monster High dolls that are coming out, like, that's pretty good. Because personally, I've been a really big fan of the collector dolls that we've been getting lately. I think they've been doing a really great job with them. Again, I like having the different levels of accessibility, having some released on Amazon, some released on Mattel Creations, some being fan club exclusive, just so we can kind of get some variety and different accessibility levels, so that, you know, different people can access and start a collection, as well as people that have been collecting for a while can continue to grow theirs. So I think it's been really nice lately. I personally, other than I didn't get the Claudine because I haven't heard a good word about her. Other than that, there hasn't been really any flops lately. And I'm talking about the Holiday Claudine, because I have Holiday Draculaura from last year, so I'm pretty happy with that. So, but anyway, yeah, I kind of have tiraded off, but let me go ahead and finish this up. Like I said, a very solid doll overall, definitely within my aesthetic. I think she's a really good addition to my collection. Again, I'm a huge Frankie fan, and I'm also someone who loves to sew, so I think this is a super great addition to my collection, and hopefully they will be a great addition to your collection as well if you are interested. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed recording. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you also very soon in the next one. Bye!